Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Hotep. Namaste. Jambo. Ashe. Shalom. Shalom. All the greetings of love and light to the darkest minds of the light. It is very, very late for some, but I want to go over this quickly because I had a great panel tonight on Sonnetter Studios, and I want to just go in on some of the information I want to show you. First off, the environment that I'm in, everything has its pros and cons, but the so-called consciousness or Black consciousness community is by far light years ahead when it comes to debating. Now, it doesn't mean that I think individual people are not capable of being successful in debates, because they are, but the environment that I'm in, it's like debating is on another level. And as you see, everyone debates now. So especially being in the HOK, we call it the toughest environment. And so me being a part of this environment and coming from even other platforms with the same community of debaters, I am used to a certain type of debate, um, a certain type of debating style. And I'm also used to people actually knowing what they're talking about when they say it, right? You know how we are. We check each other all the time. If someone doesn't know what they're talking about, we call it out. And that is what I'm really, really honored to say that I'm a part of with the Black consciousness debate community. And I love that. I want to branch out and bring other communities in and debate with us. But it's interesting that with me, when I interacted with this particular person on this panel, and shout out to Fatty, I have nothing against him, but I'm going to show you something. Like, the talking points that are going on here, first off, are so totally lopsided. Everything is the man is right, the woman is the worst, the man can do no wrong. So intellectually, I come in and I'm just like, it has to be balanced. Men and women both do wrong. We can't just sit here and say women are responsible for being single mothers. That was actually what was said. I came in with my side and started to speak my rhetoric. And mind you, this panel is called Ladies First, right? But it depends on what ladies they're talking about, I think, because I have nothing against women in general, but for women to be so terrified and so stifled and silenced and so afraid to actually kick against basically rhetoric that is misogynistic and borderline misogynistic, if I can be nice. I'm not going to fully say it. Borderline misogynistic and definitely chauvinistic. And it's not true. It's information that's just ridiculous. So when I spoke up on this panel, which I had a great time, this isn't a drag, but I want to show you how emotional this guy who's laying down, named Opulent Six, in a t-shirt, with the $5 mirror behind him. And I'm talking about that because he's like, you don't have anything, you're miserable. He starts getting personal when after I say what I have to say on the panel and tell the truth about women and balance, and that women aren't the only ones who are responsible for being single mothers. Fatty says something, and then I answer with my diatribe. And after I finish, you're going to see this guy named Opulent Six. He comes in, and right away he's triggered. So he starts talking about women want us to bow down to them. And he's just spewing that same woman hate rhetoric, that sensational, incel triggering, putting a battery in the back and activating these noodle back, weak, soft shell men who will obviously be triggered. I'm not saying all the men, but a lot of them, so they can come for me instead of just saying, well, like Fatty said, here's the statistics. This is 70% and this, and that was great. But this guy comes in and he's like, I just want to tell you about these women. And they always act like they're so smooth and cool, but they're not. They're raging inside. When you say something that actually shines a light on the truth, with some of these guys, they've learned to pretend to be laid back and cool, but they're so triggered and angry and emotional. So I want you to see how he reacts to my my rhetoric, which, remember, this is ladies first. It's supposed to be women being able to speak more. It's a panel for ladies' voices to be heard. So after I speak, he's going to come in and do this little, he thought he was going to come in and do this speech like, let me tell you about all these women. And so I want you to listen to him. And he comes in and says frontal cortex. He meant to say prefrontal cortex. And because, yes, it isn't petty, because if you're going to come in and check somebody and try to seem intellectual, you better be on point and you better know what you're talking about. He has the gist of it, but I'll bet, I don't know, $100 that he's never read a book on anything to do with the anatomy of the brain. I think maybe he's just listened here and there to some stuff, and he thought he was going to just come in and start dragging me in his little shady way. And I was just going to sit there and hope that nobody sees me as a ratchet or as not feminine. He thought I was going to sit there and just let him talk to me like that. So when I came back and said, you mean prefrontal cortex? He starts telling me, why don't you let your bottom lip touch your top lip? Disrespectful. Talk to your wife like that, the one you were bragging on, saying that she's so great. If you're so professional, why are you in a t-shirt laying down, y'all? Look at him, opulent 6, laying down. Why are you in a t-shirt laying down during a live stream? If you're so professional, whoever's following him, it has to be just a bunch of men who think he's cool. But I made him, all I did was say, you're wrong about this, what you're saying. And he just started to go, why don't you be quiet? And of course, look at all the women on the panel. I want you to see the women. Look at their faces. Like, they are so, it's like they're partially lobotomized. They're just sitting there and so nervous that they won't be accepted if they actually at all say anything against the woman bashing. It's funny. And then this Rini lady, I'm a therapist. There is something called, I know there's frontal cortex. It's actually the frontal lobe. It's like she comes in and she tries to defend him. They're ridiculous. I look at the women and I say, do better. Please do better. I taught you better than this. And if I have to be the one that looks like, oh, she's unruly, I'll be that one, because this guy tried to come in and humiliate me because I had an opinion against them saying that women are single moms just because they're women and men aren't responsible. He tried to come in and humiliate me, but he's the one who got humiliated. I said, you mean prefrontal cortex? And I'm going to show you, because over here we source up, I'm going to show you what he meant. Yes, the prefrontal cortex is a part of the frontal lobe. It is a part of that, but he didn't know really what he was talking about. So let's watch. Hit the like button too, if you would. Let's watch this.
10 marriages are divorced by a woman. Okay.
And what I appreciate about Fatty, he's animated. He goes in, he doesn't hold back, and he's using information. He's using information. He's not really trying to get personal. But this guy that's laying down sleep over here, I mean, how am I supposed to take you seriously? That is my pet peeve. What are you laying down during a live stream for? Especially if you're trying to teach something. I reject that.
Are initiated by women. Okay, so that's one step. So woman definitely leave men way more. Actually, Napa, I will do a fresh and fit, right? At this point, we interviewed thousands of women, and you know how many women, every time I say, you were the one breaking that relationship, right? 9 times out of 10, they break up with their boyfriends and they break up with their husbands. It's never the guy leave them for the most part. The last thing, I don't talk about black women because it's not my people to judge. I have a funny accent. I'm from Portugal. White woman in my country going wild and going crazy. But y'all are the least married. So it's not that these men are leaving y'all. Y'all don't get married in the first place. Most of y'all have kids
Mm,
out of wedlock and are not actually married. So you marry the least, you
right.
divorce the most, and now you're telling.
Notice how he's not getting personal toward me or trying to turn the audience against me personally. The difference between him, which he's not holding back, and this guy who's half asleep laying down, who says it's okay? They want to talk about women with bonnets on. Who says it's okay for you to wear underwear, your t-shirt? Who says it's okay for you to wear your t-shirt and be laying down during a live stream? And yes, I'm talking about him personally because you're going to hear him start trying to talk about me personally. But really, the fact is that as a professional, one thing that is my pet peeve is for people to be lying on their backs or lying back on a live stream. That's just, to me, it indicates that you're not on my level. So, like I said, these people, these debaters, bless their hearts. I love them. They are intelligent, but you're not on the level that we're on when we talk about the HOK or even any other debate platforms that we have in the consciousness community, because we don't lay down if we're going to try to make a point, and we definitely know how to source up. And if we're going to come in and try to check somebody and we're not completely correct about it, we know we're about to get our piñata busted. And if we do, we don't get emotional and people don't rally behind the one who was wrong and start trying to villainize the person who checked them. And you're going to see this Rini lady try to come behind and help this guy. I thought men were so powerful over here. Why do you have to come behind and Florence Nightingale this guy? Let's listen.
Men are leaving y'all when y'all don't even marry those dudes.
Okay, now can
What
I
the hell are we
speak?
doing?
Can I speak now without you? Notice you talk. Okay.
You
Number
can
one,
rebuttal and then Rini and
yeah,
Shannon.
it's a part of the culture. That's why what you said, you're talking about when you say 70%, that's not just Black women, that's all women in America. And we're talking about divorce from marriage contracts. When we're talking about Black American culture, a lot of times, unfortunately, Black women will stay in a relationship because it's hard. You've said it before, men hate to commit to marriage. These are points that these Black men do not want to hear. This opulent six guy look at him. Why is he lying down like he's asleep? He's ridiculous. And I'm talking about him because he's the one that's going to think he's going to come in and he doesn't know. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for a woman to come backfiring like you don't even know what you're talking about. Technically, if I was just a person who doesn't read and doesn't debate, when somebody comes in and just says, oh, frontal cortex or frontal lobe, I would just be like, okay, he's wrong. But if you're going to come at me and try to check me, you're going to get checked. Ask the pseudo killers. Shout out to Pseudo Killigan's Island. Cedric is light years in intelligence, scientific intelligence over this guy. So you think I'm going to check Cedric, the professor, and not check this guy laying here in his underwear trying to be cool? No, he got checked and then he got emotional. Let's keep listening. And they will stay a fiance or whatever ridiculous for 10. And I'm not talking about the guy in the hat, fatty. I'm talking about this opulent guy. And remember, it's ladies first. I'm supposed to be able to speak. I'm supposed to be able to say my opinion, and I'm dropping facts. They're trying to say that single mothers are solely responsible, that men have no responsibility because single mothers shouldn't have laid down with men who would leave. It's ridiculous. So let's keep listening. Years, and they will be in a union with a man, and there's no marriage contract. When you hear about you asking all this stuff about, oh, I asked her who left, usually she'll say she left because he's not even there anyway. He's either, like you said, running the streets, having 5 different baby mamas, coming in and out, not being there, present. She's doing everything. And she finally says, well, I just want to break this off. They do not like to hear that. And look at the faces of the women. Look at these women. They are so brainwashed or afraid to tell the truth. It's absolutely pathetic and miserable that Black women are so desperate for male approval and male love that they will denigrate themselves and let people lie and actually tell them, and there's single mothers on this panel, they'll actually allow Black men to say that they are the only ones responsible for being left to take care of children by themselves. It's just, it's so, so poignant and so sad. No, I'm speaking up for them. I'm actually speaking up for them. I'm not some cheerleader for single moms or trying to act like it's okay. But let's be realistic. We're not going to sit here and say women are the only ones that leave relationships. I was actually trying to say 50-50. But if you, I guess this is the forum where we pretend and are delusional about women, and we act like men are angels and they don't leave relationships. So, okay, I'll be the bad guy today. Men leave relationships more than women. Did you hear that? They said men don't, they're saying men don't leave relationships. They literally are saying that, and not one of these women is giving any pushback. It's bizarre, but I'm blaming the women for being just letting themselves be just ran over, but being run over. But with this guy who's about to come in, who's triggered by the truth, that you see he perked his head up, sleepy, see Sleepy Joe, sleepy opulent, little sleepy head got up. See? So the seven dwarfs, the sleepy got up. He perked his head up because I was making too much sense. And look at this rainy lady in the middle. I want you to remember with her. It's like they're so angry. Look at the faces of these women. They're so angry that I'm actually advocating and speaking up, and I'm not even giving single moms a pass. I'm saying they're not the only ones fully culpable. This is bizarre, but I love it. You like it, I love it. Thank you for letting me on, Fatty. Thank you for this content, because this is something that needs to be addressed. I'd like to do more of this. This isn't me bashing the platform. This is me bringing attention to these platforms and these debaters. They're light years behind us. We come in and we teach, and we don't just talk about our feelings. And even if it is our feelings and opinions, we at least give something besides just some anti-male or anti-female rhetoric. And if, like I said, if you come in here and you try to check me after I say something, y'all know how it goes in the toughest environment. Don't leave you better watch your six. Don't have a chink in your armor, because I'm gonna ram the sword or the javelin right through that opening. Pause. That's a fact. Women divorce more than men in America, but especially Black men, they leave relationships more than the Black woman does. That's why, I'll say it again, you don't just see Black women walking around with half with Black babies. You now see white girls walking around. Am I lying? And look at, he's so hurt. Look at him grabbing his face. I thought it was ladies first. Looks like he's the one emotional, right? He can't stand to hear a woman speak against their anti-woman, anti-Black woman, anti-single mother rhetoric. I'll say it again. These Black men are leaving these Black women with children, and they are actually having the audacity to say it's only the Black woman's fault, the single mother's fault. And they're leaving these white women with children now, and they're saying it's only the single mother's fault. It's not the man's fault. I'm ready for the debate on this. With babies that you know are from a Black man. And where is he? He's gone. So if you wanted to bring race into it about Black women, I see white girls walking around with these nappy-headed babies and no Black man in sight. So that's a fact.
Yes, I just want to make sure to ask you before Shane and Rainy go, why would you have a relationship or kids with the man that is running the streets or as 5 baby mamas? Because that's what you mentioned, right? To justify these men have these issues, and this woman get with them. Why would you, as a mature woman, will get with a guy that is in danger of being incarcerated, dying, or is already has a track record of not taking care of his kids and have multiple baby mamas? Why would you do that, Napa?
They're not going to like the answer, because women love Black men, and unfortunately, that's very common in America. But let's see. Watch when they really freak out after I answer this. Because the Black man is the most desired man, and that's how typically the Black man in America, you just described him. And so women want to be with the Black man. He's the most desired man. So most Black men are struggling like that. I'd say, when I say most, I'm going to say 40%. So not most. 40%, I'm throwing that number out there, of Black men, you just described them in America. Everybody knows that he's the most desired, whether his financial status is a certain way, whether he's not emotionally, he has arrested development. He doesn't know how to stay in a committed relationship. It's a struggle for the Black man to do that. We're talking about generational traumas. Now, if we want to get into statistics, we're talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome. They don't like hearing this kind of information. Look at their faces. Look at these people. They are so upset that a Black woman came in without being ratchet and screaming about how you NIGGAs, they can't stand. Peace, Master TV, ET, Son of Man. Peace, Caleb, Mr. Wednesday, rebuke and reprove the first Black president going to jail. Wow. Oh, I don't know about that. So this is the thing I'm saying. They don't want to hear that. They just want to bash Black women all day and no balance. I'll drag Black women and single moms that are wrong, that abuse their children and abuse the fathers. But I'm not just going to sit here and act like there's no culpability for the Black male. They are so upset. It's bizarre. So they weren't ready for somebody to come in and just say that the Black man, there's generational traumas, there's slave traumas, there's post-traumatic slave syndrome. We have a lot going on here. Social constructs that have forced the Black man to be in a position where he's struggling and in a cycle of crime or being incarcerated. The pipeline from school, from the kindergarten, from preschool to prison. I get all those constructs. Yeah, those are real, but they don't even want to talk about that. They just want to blame the Black woman. Sorry, I'm bringing some facts. So let's see how this turns out. Dr. Joy degree. All of these things that we're talking about are encoded in the Black and the Black woman and the Black man in America. The Black man has a problem with commitment. He has a problem with staying with his family. And then the Black woman follows the lead and she becomes the woman that just doesn't commit. She's running the streets. She goes from man to man because it starts with the Black man in America not being able to say, hey, I'm a man. I'm going to stand by my woman. She may be a headache. I'm going to go do what I need to do, but I'm not going to leave my woman and I'm not going to leave my family. That bothers him. To him, this guy who's going to come in, he sees that as me saying the Black man bows down. You see these men, they can't even fathom being a man and staying with your family. They can't fathom that. They want to say the Black woman's a headache. Great. They want to say the Black woman doesn't want to follow their lead. Gotcha. So you think that's an excuse for you to run away and abandon your family? And then his answer is, oh, they want me to just bow down. And you had sex with the woman and you made your child. That's in your offspring. You can't even imagine staying in that family or with that woman. You can't imagine marrying her. Now, are there women who don't want to get married? Sure, but it's wired in a woman that once you have a baby, you want to stay with the man you have a baby with. Am I saying that women are all like that? No, some women are horrible, but they are trying to say all women are culpable on their own, solely culpable for being single parents. So let's see this guy come in after I said what I needed to say on ladies first. Let's see. I didn't attack anybody personally. Let's see what this Black man says laying back in his t-shirt.
Women tend to think a man was put here to solely be their slave.
What do you mean? To a weak Black man, I'm gonna say it again, like him, I'm not gonna mince words, to a weak, emotional Black man who has no testicular fortitude, who's just sitting back, just like a woman with XY chromosomes. To a man like that, hearing a woman say, stick by your family, even if things get rough, even if you don't get along with the mother, hearing me say that, that translates to him as she wants me to be her slave. You're Who hurt you? Your mom did. Because I'm sure, I'll bet money that he came from a house full of women, or at least there's a sister and a single mom involved. I'll bet money that he was picked on. He was a scapegoat because the mom would tell him things like, you're just like your dad. I'll bet money that he was often inappropriately parentified as a child. You got to be the man now. I will bet money on that. Why? Because he comes in and he's triggered because I said the black man is leaving his family. And even though he doesn't get out along with the mother, he shouldn't, as a man and a father, abandon his family. That's not an excuse. See, they say adoption isn't noble, that women should just not have sex with men that they know they're not married to. Well, why is that? That was their talking point. But when I say a man shouldn't be getting an excuse and a pass for leaving an entire family of his own flesh and blood children, just because the woman doesn't get along with him and he can't seem to feel like the king. If she's emasculating you, I'm sorry. If she's treating you like giving you a headache, I feel for you. But you chose to have sex with her, and you knew how sex works. You reproduced with her. Stick by your family. It used to be that black men would marry the woman when they got pregnant, when she got pregnant in the old days. That's where I come from. But now we have these noodle back, soft shelled, sensitive, triggered black Andrew Tate wannabes laying in a chair, lounging, coming in saying women want us to be their slaves because I said black men need to stop leaving their children. Let's listen to some more. They're not ready for the consciousness community and our talking points and how we get it in with debates. And they're not ready for the toughest environment in the HOK. I will let you know that. Prove me wrong and let me get a debate with one of these people on the topic of, are single mothers solely and exclusively culpable for being single mothers, or do men also share in that culpability 50-50?
Not leave. You put up with it, especially when they use coded language like, I need a man that can handle me. That lets you know that they're emotionally unregulated and they need a man.
See, what is he talking about? No, I never said I need a man who could handle me. And no. You're just opulent six, sleepyhead. You're actually showing that you're not emotionally regulated as a male, because you're supposed to be more in your logical mind. Science is showing that your amygdala is so enlarged that you're so unbelievably emotional as males. And we'll get to the reasoning on that later. But you don't like being told that you're not masculine. You don't like being called being a verb in a conversation emasculated. So then stop acting emotional and stop acting like tapping into your feminine side. You're saying that women that say you can't handle me, you're saying that women aren't emotionally regulated. You're not strong enough. Yes, you're not strong and stable enough as a male to take charge, put her in check. And I don't mean physically, because black men are very good at being violent, and so are black women. Black people are good at being violent. I'm not saying that. You're not capable of saying, I'm putting space between us. You're not capable of saying, I'm leaving, but I'm not going to be gone for good. I'm just going to take a drive or a man's trip. I'm going to show her that I will not be under her roof while she's being unruly. So see, it's 50-50, but you can't. Emotionally, you're like, I shouldn't have to take this. I'm leaving. It's the same as the woman when her girlfriends are like, girl, you don't have to take that. You should leave. You're doing exactly what women do. But let's keep listening to him.
And that can deal with the emotionally unregulated selves. And when he can't anymore, then he's weak because you didn't do the work that you were supposed to do. I'm going to ask that everybody from moving forward.
So, yes, he is. If you want to say that, yes, he's weak. He's weak. Be a man. You want to be a man, right? If you want to be a man, why are you letting a woman get under your skin? I thought you were such a man and so balanced. We're seeing, the point that I'm making is, it's not he's worse or she's worse. We're seeing that you're vulnerable just like women, and you're acting more and more like women. You're asking women to be more and more like men, and you be more like women. You want to ask women what they're bringing to the table. You want women to understand that you can't handle them emotionally, and so you're going to leave. These are things women, this is the feminine mind. I said it. I didn't even say that on this panel. I didn't want to hurt his feelings out of respect, but let's listen. He got triggered by what I said on Ladies First, and I'm just sitting there. Let's see what happens.
Use their frontal cortex. Because I heard you babble on for 15 minutes.
Okay, did you hear him? I want you to notice he started to go in on me. He look at me, I stopped myself. He said, use your frontal cortex, because I heard you babble on. So he was already going to talk shit to me and thought I was going to sit there and let him. We don't do that. All of these things that we're talking about, he's going to say, use our frontal cortex, because I heard you babble on. Oh, you thought you're going to just sit here and insult me first? I already saw it coming. I'm so surgical. I saw it coming before he could even get it all the way out. I saw it coming. So let's
encoded in the black and the black woman and the black man in America. The black man has a problem with commitment. He has a problem with staying with his family. And then the black woman follows the lead, and she becomes the woman that just doesn't commit.
Thank you very much for that comment, Master TV, the ET Son of Man. You know how we do over here. I mean, it's not unclassy. It's not unclassy to get tough on panels. But what they'll do too is, if I'm in debate mode, because they want to be in debate mode, they want to say, "Oh, you're not feminine, you're masculine." We're in. It's a panel. We're going back and forth, but most of these women are in here. I guess, I don't know. They want to be seen as, I don't know, lobotomized fembots. There's a time and place to sit quietly. And then there's a time when you have to just pull out that piñata baton and start whacking that piñata. And with him, this guy laying back in his t-shirt who tried to come for me, it was time for me to bust his piñata. When Fatty was talking, I wasn't really getting this energy. And all I did was tell him, you're wrong. You said frontal cortex. You meant to say prefrontal cortex. So yeah, Boss Trucker, sometimes it is hard. Yeah, I get frustrated, but I work it out. Thank you for being here. So let me keep playing this.
She's running the streets. She goes from man to man, because it starts with the black man in America not being able to say, hey, I'm a man. I'm going to stand by my woman. She may be a headache. I'm going to go do what I need to do, but I'm not going to leave my woman. I'm not going to leave my family.
Women tend to think a man was put here to solely be their slave. Not leave. You put up with it, especially when they use coded language like, I need a man that can handle me. That lets you know that they're emotionally unregulated, and they need a man that can deal with it.
Look at this Renee Bird. Yes, I said Bird in the middle. Sorry. But for me, she's so, to me, just disgusting. That why are you even inserting yourself? Number one, are you really cheerleading that much? You think he's correct? He's correct about women being responsible. Men have no culpability as single fathers leaving their children. I mean, as leaving single mothers. And then him coming in like, oh, you just want me to be your slave. First off, a hit dog hollers where I'm from.
Emotionally unregulated selves, and when he can't anymore, then he's weak because you didn't do the work that you were supposed to do.
I didn't say it then, but I'm saying it now. Yeah, you're weak. You're proving that you're weak. You're triggered.
I'm gonna ask that everybody from moving forward use their frontal cortex, because I heard you babble on for 15 minutes.
It's called.
I heard you babble on for 15 minutes and not one.
So he's trying to also insult me, saying use your prefrontal cortex. Well, he didn't know what he's talking about. He said frontal. He would get half a point on the answer on the test. It's prefrontal cortex, but you notice that was an insult, like basically saying I'm brainless. He can say that to maybe to these women on here. He got checked because I'm from a different breed of debaters. I'm from a higher echelons of debaters. I'm from a higher level of panels. I sit on panels with real scholars. Okay. And if you're gonna take a shot at me, you better be ready to get a ricochet right back at your tiny little head. Okay. Pause. It's
The common sense
prefrontal. You got to know what you're
do.
talking about. It's called prefrontal cortex, not frontal.
I heard you babble on for 50.
Okay, so he said that again. He was already going to insult me. He said, use your brain. And now I'm babbling. So he thinks because he's laid back and talking softly, that doesn't make him look like an emotional wreck. That's how these guys work on these panels. You are triggered by what women say truthfully about men's shortcoming. You have no problem dragging women, but the minute a woman tells the truth about men, you get emotional and you try to play like you're chill, but really you're raging inside. You're so hurt and triggered because your soft shell has been penetrated by a piece of truth. So instead of just saying, you know what, I don't agree, or show me some statistics like the fatty did, this guy kicks back and starts to insult me and insinuate that I don't use my brain, and then try to tell me I heard you babble on. Those are two insults. Guess what? I just volleyed back that ball that he tried to serve to me. And I told him, you're not even using the correct, you're not even speaking correctly. You meant prefrontal, right? I get it. You said frontal cortex, but you meant prefrontal cortex, right? Okay. The frontal lobe, the prefrontal cortex, that's what you meant. And he didn't like me saying that to him. And they said I was petty. No, I'm not petty. He was being petty, trying to say, use your brain and stop babbling. Let me go back and make sure you heard it.
And when he can't anymore, then he's weak because you didn't do the work that you were supposed to do. I'm going to ask that everybody from moving forward use their frontal cortex, because I heard you babble on for 15 minutes.
It's called
I heard you babble on for 15 minutes and not one time the common sense.
You got to know what you're talking about. It's called prefrontal cortex, not frontal.
I heard you babble on for 15
you
minutes
need to know
and
how
not
to use
one
the
time
word. You
did
need to know how to
common
use the
sense
word.
make a debut. And you can try to redirect the conversation with your clandestine jokes and jabs, but
no, they weren't clandestine jokes and jabs. You actually were being clandestine. You tried to be by saying we need to start using our frontal cortex, saying that I don't use my brain. That's your clandestine jab. And then you tried to say I babbled on. That was just straight out, not clandestine. You were just straightforward rude. But when I said you should be saying prefrontal instead of frontal, you got triggered. And then this woman in the middle, I'm not going to call her out of her name anymore. I mean, a bird isn't very nice to say, but for me, I'm just so disgusted with women who, without provocation, jump in and try to team up against another woman with a man who is a misogynist and is disrespectful to women. So let me just pause that for a minute so you can understand what I'm saying when I say it's prefrontal, not just frontal. So because she's going to come in and say, there is something called frontal. Girl, if you don't sit down, Timodoro Patricio, temporal parietal lobe. But anyway, shout out to the pseudo killers, at least to Cedric. Like he knows, like I said, he's light years beyond them. They're trying to say I'm petty because he was trying to say I don't use logic and reasoning. He's trying to say that I don't know how to communicate. Because remember, we're in a form of communication, right? So let's read the prefrontal cortex function. And I want you to understand something. I think I should get the frontal, but let's go to the prefrontal first. The prefrontal cortex, let me share this for you. I'm gonna stop sharing this because, as I said, I like to do teaching moments. You're not gonna come in here and act like you're so smart when we know you don't read. Okay, so I just Googled this. Prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is crucial for higher order cognitive functions, including decision making, emotional regulation. Remember, he was talking about emotion, personality expression, and executive functions. Executive functions, what are they? In the prefrontal cortex. Remember, we've got the frontal lobe. He said frontal cortex. I'm talking about the prefrontal cortex is what he meant to say. So let's read this. The prefrontal cortex is integral to executive functions, which include planning, decision-making, problem-solving, and impulse control. It helps individuals set goals, prioritize tasks, and manage time effectively. Emotional regulation. This brain region plays a significant. Now, when we're talking about the region, we're talking about the entire frontal region, right? Stay with me. This brain region, well, typically I'm saying the entire region, but to a specific region inside of the frontal lobe. Get it? Within the frontal region of the brain. This brain region plays a significant role in regulating emotion and social behavior. Remember, we're in a panel, we're interacting, he's saying when women don't know how the emotion and this and that, right? It helps individuals manage their emotional responses and understand social cues. I was already on it when I got the social cue that he was about to try to drag me. He couldn't even finish by the time I was done. So there's a lot to go with this, but I want to just go straight to frontal. Okay. Now we're going to go to frontal, what he said, frontal cortex, right? Okay. So remember, prefrontal cortex, he's wrong already when he's saying just because he's trying to check me like he's so intelligent, but he wasn't checking me. If you're going to come and try to check me, you better be on point, scalpel, sharp precision. So the frontal lobe, that's what he meant to literally say. The frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is the forwardmost part of your brain that controls many abilities such as reasoning. So remember, the prefrontal cortex is a part of the frontal lobe. Reasoning, social understanding, executive functions, voluntary movement, and learning. So the frontal lobe, when we're just saying frontal, all of it, it also controls your motor, like your movements. How sometimes you're balanced, but that would be more like temporoparietal because that's spatial recognition. I'm not a neuroscientist, but I know I'm a novice and I like to study the brain. So that's why I knew he was off base when he simply said, "Oh, our frontal cortex." You meant to say prefrontal cortex, Mr. Know-it-all. Y'all get what I'm saying? So they said I'm being petty. No, he was being petty, trying to come in and disrespect me, saying I don't use my brain and try to say I was babbling. So you better come correctly. So let's keep going with the frontal. Let's see if when he said frontal cortex, let's go ahead and get this and read a little bit about the frontal cortex that he's talking about. What is the function of the frontal cortex? There is no really, when you talk about it, you could say frontal cortex, but you would say frontal lobe. You know what I'm saying? Like you could say frontal cortex, but you meant prefrontal cortex. It's a little complex right there. People could say I'm splitting hairs, but no, I'm not splitting hairs. He came in trying to act like he was checking me, trying to act like he knew what he's talking about. He told me that I don't know how to use my brain, right? Well, obviously he didn't know what he's talking about. So I clicked on this random link, and we're going to see what are the functions of the frontal cortex, right? The frontal cortex, the largest lobe of the human brain, sits directly behind the forehead. Its expansive nature and anterior position allows it to integrate diverse information, serving as the central hub for complex. So this is really talking about the frontal lobe. Y'all get what I'm saying? Okay. The prefrontal cortex is a part of the frontal lobe. So let's see, serving as central hub for mental operations. The executive control center, the frontal cortex, contains areas that manage executive functions. Remember, the prefrontal cortex is a part of the frontal lobe, which are high-level cognitive processes. So this article that I just went and grabbed off of Bing, it's by It's biologyinsight.com. I think it's just, I don't know if it's a vlog. This is actually talking about the frontal lobe with the prefrontal cortex as a part of it. You get what I'm saying? So the frontal lobe with the prefrontal cortex as a part of the frontal lobe, aka frontal cortex. So when this genius tried to check me, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. So when he tried to check me, he didn't know to say, let's use our prefrontal cortex. He said, we got to use our frontal cortex. To me, that lets me know that you're not really fully understanding the function of the brain, but you're trying to check me as if I'm dumb. So that was my opportunity, being from the toughest environment, being from a debate environment, to cut him. And I did. I got him just fine. Yeah, so I would replace the word debate with conversation. Yeah, but but you're right. See, Luco, I think on y'all on these panels, you are having one big conversation. Some staying on topic, others are getting personal and heated. Yeah, sometimes show images with prefrontal versus frontal, but the frontal lobe, which is the frontal lobe, and I will show you. The prefrontal cortex, or the frontal cortex, which I wouldn't say frontal cortex. I don't know if people are out there saying it. The frontal lobe it embodies the prefrontal cortex. You get what I'm saying? So, but I will show you. Let me get that. I'll show you a diagram of the brain. He didn't know what he's talking about. I don't care what anybody says. And then you're trying to disrespect me and check me, and you weren't on point? No. No. Let's get the frontal lobe. With prefrontal cortex, frontal cortex. And yes, it's not petty. They're like, it's petty. No, it's not petty. You gotta know information if you're gonna try to check somebody, especially if you're gonna be rude and check them. I'm talking about we have to use our frontal cortex from here on out. You're trying to say I don't use my brain just because I said men are also responsible. You know what I mean? Or no? Let me see if I can use this one. Prefrontal cortex. I think this will be, hold on. Let me see if I can find a good one. Functional regions of the cerebral cortex. Again, I mean, I'll like I said, I'll give him the part with the cortex, but no, when he's saying frontal, no, because that could be anything. I could be, prefrontal cortex is not just about cognitive function. Remember, it's about movement. There's other functions that are in the frontal lobe that the brain uses. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So that's why they were like, oh, you're being petty. He's coming at me, trying to check me, saying I'm not using my brain. Y'all know how I am. If I'm going to come at the pseudo killers for not knowing how to pronounce a word, intelligent brothers and sisters, and sister, I guess I should say, why would I not check them or him, I should say? Why would I not check him who's trying to disrespect me right in my face? And it's supposed to be ladies first. I'm trying to find one that I can show you. Okay, let me go back. This might be the one that I hold on, please. Let me get it again. Okay. So let me share this so you can see. And they see when you're a big mouth and you try to check somebody and call them dumb, and then they check you back, of course you're going to call them petty. Don't try to check me then. Okay, I'm going to show you what I pulled up so you can see. So all of these are obviously images. See frontal lobe, motor cortex, prefrontal versus frontal lobe. I think I should click on that one. Frontal lobe, prefrontal cortex. Duh. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I promise you. Because he's thinking, oh, he meant to say, I bet he wishes he would have just said frontal cortex. I mean, prefrontal. Sorry. I'm talking like him. He wishes he would have said prefrontal cortex while he was trying to make me look dumb. So here it is. Frontal See, this is the frontal lobe. Functional areas. Let me see if I can enlarge this. I can't. Functional areas. Can I enlarge this? Yeah, I can. Let me see if you can see it. All right, let me take this down. All right. So here's the frontal lobe. Okay. Functional areas. Primary motor cortex is a part of the frontal lobe. See how it says primary motor cortex. Voluntary muscle movement. So it's not just for thinking. It's not just for emotional regulation and logic. So what I'm saying is he didn't know to pinpoint by using just this, see this bright royal blue color? Prefrontal cortex, executive functions, behavior, personality, all of these that you see listed are what he meant. He meant the prefrontal cortex, but he just said frontal cortex. He meant prefrontal cortex located in the frontal lobe. He said frontal cortex. I'll let him get away with saying cortex, which is not correct. But saying frontal cortex, not saying prefrontal cortex, no, you're going to get your head lobbed off and your piñata laid wide open, okay? So here is the functional, again, for everybody, this is a learning moment. This is the frontal lobe of the brain. There's functional areas, primary motor cortex. So there's that. And then there's the prefrontal cortex. See, there's two different, well, not two, but this is one area, this is one area, this is one area, and this is one area. There's different functional areas of that region. So I know he didn't know what he's talking about because he called it a frontal cortex instead of we have to use our frontal lobe. And within our frontal lobe, we would be using our prefrontal cortex because that is executive functions, behavior, and personality. Another part of the frontal lobe, which he said, remember he said frontal cortex. Is he talking about muscle movement? Is he talking about premotor? Is he talking about planning and coordination of movement? No. That is why I checked him. He just said frontal cortex. He was wrong. He meant to say prefrontal cortex. He doesn't know what the prefrontal cortex really is. He just repeated something that sounded good that he heard another person say on the internet. He'll never do it again. He'll never do it again. And my point is, I'm Napashada. I'm from an environment where people get checked like this. No, he did. We're going to listen, Asiatic, but he was trying to say emotion. Okay. The frontal cortex thing really ruined her day. No, it didn't ruin my day. It just, Millie Goat, I know you're one of my biggest fans and I'm glad you're up at what is it? 5 o'clock in the morning where you are or 6. The point is that I notice these other places, they want to debate like us. They want to do stuff like us. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Indigenous. But they can't be like us. And then when you check them, when they're trying to check you and make you look dumb, and then you check them, then they want to play like you're being petty. This is why I know they're not ready. You can't say frontal cortex when you're referring to emotion regulation and you're referring to social interaction and logic. You can't do that. You know why? Because we're talking about specific parts of that region of the brain, the frontal lobe. He didn't know to say prefrontal cortex because he's just listening. He's just bullshitting and talking. I checked him. He doesn't read books. So let's go back and listen because I want you to hear everything he said. He was talking about emotion, Asiatic. Cortex, that's the wrong area. Exactly. Yes. It's not that it's the wrong area. It's the wrong reference. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like if I go, you can see I'm just faking it. Like if I say, damn, trying to think of another example. Like, you know how you kind of get an idea of something, but you really don't know shit about it, but you fake it to make it. That's what he was trying to do. And he was trying to check me. The point is, he wasn't just like, and the frontal cortex, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'm going to check her. No, you're not. You just got checked. You don't know what you're talking about. Isn't a cortex just another layer in the lobe? It's a region of the lobe. Yes, Minty Hotep. As you saw, I don't know if you just saw me showing the different regions of the frontal lobe. He didn't know what he's talking about. And yes, it is a big deal. It is a big deal because they say I'm petty and I gave it to them, but you're trying to check me and tell me I'm dumb. You actually said we need to start using our frontal cortex going forward. You're saying I don't use my brain and stop babbling. That's an insult. But guess what? I'm there for it. And when I check him, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. You're petty. Like Millie Goat saying, this ruined her day. I'm feeling great. I don't know what you're talking about. I love these moments when I get to check people and expose them for being assholes and dumb when they're trying to attack me. I don't know what you're talking about. This is something I thrive off of this. So let's keep listening.
It's not clandestine. You were using the word incorrectly. It's prefrontal.
Code the language like I need a man that can handle me. That lets you know that they're emotional.
So he's already triggered because I said men leave and they're also responsible. This triggered him. So let's keep listening.
Emotionally unregulated, and they need a man that can deal with their emotionally unregulated selves. And when he can't anymore, then
he said emotionally unregulated selves. Everybody heard that. If he knew, he would have said prefrontal cortex. That's where emotional regulation is, in the frontal lobe. Okay. The frontal lobe, there's some regulation of movement. He wasn't talking about that. He wasn't talking about riding a bike. He wasn't talking about picking up pencils with my 3 fingers. He was talking about a specific part of the brain that regulates emotion, or that helps us use logic, social interaction. So he didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
he's weak because you didn't do the work that you were supposed to do. I'm going to ask that everybody from moving forward use their frontal cortex.
He didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And he said it with such emphasis, like he knew it. Use their frontal cortex. He already was coming for me. You know, intuition, that's a part of the prefrontal cortex. And I was already, if you notice, watch how I'm right ready before he can even get the full thing out. I know he's trying to disrespect me, but being from the toughest environment, being one of the premier debaters, sitting on panels and being, iron sharpening iron, I was scalpel sharp and already ready for him. He went to do that layup, and I just knocked it right out. I just snuffed the ball right back down in his face. Watch, he's going to say, you babbled. So I wasn't even saying anything to him yet, but I'm already ready, telling him you used the wrong word. Let's look.
Because I heard you babble on.
Heard him say Babylon. He already insulted me. And I'm already on him. I said, you meant prefrontal cortex. Watch.
For 15 minutes.
It's called.
I heard you babble on for 15 minutes and not one time the conversation.
It wasn't 15 minutes. The panel that I was invited to is called Ladies First. I said something about the truth about men leaving women, and that women are not just responsible for being single mothers. He's so triggered. It's prefrontal cortex. You got to know what you're talking about. It's called prefrontal cortex, not frontal.
I heard you babble on for 15 minutes.
Well, you need to know how to use the word. I'm saying you need to know how to use the word. He's being disrespectful, saying you babble on. You like it, I love it. I need to know why it's okay for him to be insulting. And they're like, oh, you're being petty. He's literally trying to check me, and he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And he's saying I babbled on. Is he a woman? It says ladies first. It's just weird. In a t-shirt laid back on reclining.
Did common sense make a debut? And you can try to redirect the conversation with your clandestine jokes and jabs.
It wasn't a clandestine joke. You were the one with the jabs, sir. And you were the one that tried to diss me. But when I corrected you because you didn't know what you were talking about, you literally said we have to use our brains, insinuating that I'm not using my brain. When I said you're using the word wrong, now it's clandestine jokes and jabs. No, that shows you're still unintelligent. You didn't use the word correctly, and you therefore don't know what you're discussing. I bet you don't even know what the prefrontal cortex regulates. It's just something that you're repeating because you heard someone say it.
But it
It's
won't
not
derail me.
clandestine. You were using the word incorrectly.
I said it's not clandestine, and it's not clandestine. You were using the word incorrectly. It's prefrontal. Prefrontal.
Here's another word that you need
It's
to
a
learn.
region of the brain that
Know
helps.
Here's another word that I need to learn. Look, you're the one that used the word wrong. You see what I'm saying? He used the word wrong. So what do you mean? Here's another word that I need to look up. You mean another word that you don't know? And watch, he's going to use that word wrong as well. Watch this. Watch what he says. He can't make this up.
You connect your bottom lip with your top lip.
See, I thought he was so chill. You connect your bottom lip, but women are ratchet, right? You connect your bottom lip with your top lip. Go talk to your wife like that, because I know you do. Go. So you connect your bottom lip with your top lip. He's trying to make men laugh. The other misogynists, the other chauvinists. Oh, you women need to shut up. I thought it was ladies first. Again, I was invited to this panel as ladies first. If you look at the bottom, it says ladies first panel. We got this dude holding his head. We got her looking like somebody just killed her bunny rabbit. These people you can't make this up.
You left it that way, no one would know how hubris you were.
If you left it that way, no one would know how hubris you were. My God. Well, let's get this. This is embarrassing. Did you hear him? If you left it that way, no one would know how hubris you were. Hubris, huh? Okay. Let's get this. Let me play this for you guys and gals. He's not ready for somebody from this environment. He's damn sure not ready for me. You call it petty if you want. If you don't know the words, ask the professor. If you don't know the words, please don't use them. Please don't use the words if you don't know them. Let's see what he meant to say. I think he meant to say hubris. Let's see, y'all. Let's listen. Ready?
Hubris.
What'd she say?
Hubris.
Can you see that word? Can you hear that word? Somebody let me know. You hear that word, right? Let me play it again.
Hubris.
Hubris. You connect your bottom lip with your top lip, and then nobody gonna know how hubris you is. No. You're using, once again, you're wrong.
Hubris.
You're not ready. I will jack you up with your vocabulary if you try to jack me up. Now, if you're just making mistakes, we all make them. I'm not going to do that. But if you're coming for me, trying to make it like I'm unintelligent, saying I need to use my brain, why do you think I won't check you?
Hubris.
He meant hubris, but he said hubris. Hubris is excessive pride or self-confidence. I think he was projecting, and I think I even say that. He's the one with the self-confidence that's excessive pride, because he's laid back in a t-shirt, doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't know the words that he's using. You know, a sign of unintelligence is to use a word that you know you don't know the definition of, but you continue to use it.
Hubris.
It takes probably 5 seconds to type the word into the search engine and get the definition and the pronunciation.
Hubris.
Hubris. Let's see. Okay, let's go back to this guy that we're exposing. You're not ready. They say it's petty because they don't know. It's not petty. If you're going to debate something, you better know what you're talking about. If you're going to try to check somebody who unprovoked, well, it was provoked because it triggered him, you better be knowing how to check me, or I'm going to grab that stick from you and bust your piñata wide open. Pause. So let's listen to this guy embarrass himself one more time.
Code the language like I need a man that can handle me. That lets you know that they're emotionally unregulated and they need a man that can deal with their emotionally unregulated selves. And when he can't anymore, then he's weak because you didn't do the work that you were supposed to do. I'm going to ask that everybody from moving forward use their frontal cortex, because I heard you babble on for 15 minutes.
It's called
I heard you babble on for 15 minutes and not one time the
prefrontal. You got to know what you're talking about. It's called prefrontal cortex, not frontal.
I heard you babble on for.
And the only reason is he's trying to diss me. Like, What? Well, we could get it in, and you're the one losing.
15
Well, you need
minutes
to know
and
how
not
to use the
one
word.
time
You
did
need to know how to
common
use the
sense.
word.
You need to know how to use the word if you're going to try to insult me with it. Am I wrong? You're trying to insult me with the word and you don't even know it. You're using it in the wrong way. And you saying you like Rennie, that's great, Judah, but don't ask her to read anything or try to help you with anything that has to do with books, because she came in here and got caught a bunch of shrapnel talking about there is something such as frontal. There's also something as cerebellum. There's all kinds of regions of the brain. What are you talking about? Well, that's not what we're saying, ma'am.
Make a debut, and you can try to redirect the conversation with your clandestine jokes and jabs, but it
It's
won't
not
derail me.
clandestine. You were using the word incorrectly. It's
It
prefrontal.
was.
Prefrontal.
Here's another word that you need
It's
to
a
learn.
region of the brain that
Here's another word. So he really is about to present a word and not even know how to pronounce it.
know if you connect your bottom lip with your top lip and you left it that way, no one would know how hubris you were.
Oh, hubris?
Okay.
No, it's hubris.
Okay.
You're failing. You're talking
Okay.
to someone who's a little bit more intelligent than you today.
That's
Oh, I love it. Yes. Yes, I got to drop a bomb for me. We just got this Negro. And that's right, ladies. Do better. He's used to fembots sitting there like, someone tell me when I can speak. Thank you, guys. Hey, what's going on? No. You're talking to a woman who's about, I don't know, 70 IQ points higher than in intelligence than you, sir. So, yeah. Yeah. So, hubris. No. Access denied. Let's keep listening to this man make himself, all praise to the Most High, make himself look like a complete fool. And then he's going to go into personal shit. I'm ready for it. That's what I'm talking about, his t-shirt and his $5 mirror in the corner. Ain't nothing wrong with a $5 mirror. I've bought one before, right? But don't play with me talking about I'm miserable and I don't have anything. Stop it.
Jabs, but it won't derail me.
Clandestine. You were using the word incorrectly. It's prefrontal.
Here's another word that you need
it's
to
a
learn.
Region of the brain that
you know if you connect your bottom lip with your top lip and you left it that way, no one would know how hubris you were?
Oh, hubris?
Okay.
No, it's hubris.
Okay.
You're failing. You're talking to someone who's a little bit more intelligent than you today.
That's asinine for you to even believe that. Because what did all your intelligence get you? What do you have, ma'am? What did your intelligence bring you to? In life, what do you have? What did your intelligence?
Oh, I thought he wasn't emotional. Why is he getting loud? And did you notice he said, he totally contradicted himself? He said, that's asinine. Where did your intelligence get you? You just said I'm asinine. You don't know that word, what that word means either? He just said that's asinine. And then he acquiesces to the fact that I am more intelligent than him. That's asinine. Where does your intelligence get you? So you know I'm more intelligent than you. Thank you. That's asinine. Where does your intelligence get you? This guy, you can't make it up. He's the one that needs to connect his bottom lip with his top lip and then have his wife take some duct tape and go all the way around his head, all the way up just to his eyeballs and poke some holes for air and put a little straw so he can drink smoothies through it and do that for a couple of days.
Affords you, ma'am. You live a banal, mundane existence, ma'am.
I live a banal? I just fucking wait. What the fuck? Okay, stop. Napa, don't do that. Don't. You guys, maybe I didn't. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know every word. I am not a dictionary. I am not a dictionary, right? But what is he doing right now? And why is he raising his voice and getting triggered? I thought women were emotional. Wasn't he going into a diatribe about how emotional we are? And what did he say? Y'all, you know how, listen, guys. Listen, guys and gals. Did this guy say banal? I don't know every word, so let me just say.
Where did your intelligence get you? You saw jabs, but it won't be real.
Did he say I live a banal existence? What is he? Somebody help me. What does the word benign mean? I don't know every word. I live a benign.
Destin, you were
What does
using the
that
word
mean?
incorrectly.
What is
It-
I don't know every word. What does benign mean, you guys? I don't know. I'm gonna try to find it in the dictionary.
Frontal. Prefrontal
Here's another word that you need
It's
to
a
learn.
region of the brain that
Did you know
helps
if
with
you
logic
connect
and
your bottom
reasoning
lip
and
Maybe
with
memory.
your
maybe
top
there's a word
lip and you
benign that
left it that way, no one would know how hubris you were?
No,
Oh,
no,
hubris?
Okay.
No, it's hubris.
Okay.
You're failing. You're talking to
Okay.
someone who's a little bit more intelligent than you today.
That's asinine for you to even believe that. Because what did all your intelligence get you? What do you have, ma'am? What did your
I
intelligence bring
just
you
told
to?
you some facts.
In life, what do you have? What did your intelligence afford you,
Well,
ma'am?
I
You
have
live a banal.
He said I live a benign. Can somebody help me? It's not actually in the Oxford Dictionary or the Webster. Can somebody help me? It's not in Merriam either. What is benign, you guys? I mean it. Like I don't know every word. What is benign? What is benign? Anybody? I'm gonna look at the chat. Let me go back and make sure that's what he said. I'm pretty sure he said benign.
Full on for 15
Well, you need
minutes.
to know.
Because I doubt if he's saying benign or trying to say benign. I live a benign. Like, is he trying to say innocuous? What does he mean? Oh, because I would say when I say he's trying to say innocuous, like that's a synonym for benign, right? Let's slow it down and see if he's saying benign. I think he's saying benign.
Know how to use the word. You need to know how to
Common
use the
sense
word.
make a debut, and you can try to redirect the conversation with your clandestine.
He's the type of guy who thinks he just tries to use words that are not so. It's nothing wrong. You should expand your vocabulary, but you're supposed to actually look the word up and use it correctly. You're supposed to actually know how to use the words, sir. Otherwise, you sound like that one guy off of, I forgot, Judy, you know who he is. Off of In Living Color, the one guy from the prison.
Jokes and jabs, but it
It's
won't
not
be real.
clandestine. You were using the word incorrectly. It's
It
prefrontal.
Here's
Prefrontal.
here's another word that you need
It's
to
a
learn.
region of the brain that
Know
helps
if
with
you
logic
connect
and
your bottom
reasoning
lip
and
with
memory?
your top?
Notice he's the one doing the insults. Connect your bottom lip with your top lip. I'm just telling him it's prefrontal. I'm correcting him when he's trying to insult me. Emotional.
Top lip and you left it that way, no one will know how hubris you were.
Oh, hubris?
Okay.
No, it's hubris.
I'm killing this guy. I don't care. They can call me petty if they want. He makes it so easy. And then he says benign.
Okay.
You're failing. You're talking to
Okay.
someone who's a little bit more intelligent than you today.
That's asinine for you to even believe that. Cause what did all your intelligence get you?
Wait, it's asinine for me to even believe that you're talking to me? Or it's asinine for me to believe that I'm more intelligent than you, and then you actually say, what did all my intelligence get? So you agree that I'm intelligent. You don't make any sense. And he's going to say benign. I have to see if he's saying that. Yes, they call it petty. This is what you do. You get dragged when you try to use words you don't know. And using those words, you're trying to insult someone else's intelligence. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
What do you have, ma'am? What did your intelligence bring you
Told
to?
you some facts.
In life, what do you have? What does your intelligence afford you, ma'am? You live a banal, mundane existence.
Okay, yeah, he said banal. He's out. He's already dead. He's dead, guys. At this point, we just saw at his funeral. So let's just finish listening. I live a banal, mundane existence. You notice how he's going straight to me personally? That's why I started talking about his t-shirt. He had already talked, like, you're laying there in a t-shirt with the $5 mirror behind you talking about, what do I have and what is my existence?
Ma'am, where did your intelligence get you? You so intelligent. What kind of life does an intelligent person live, ma'am?
He's so triggered and emotional, gesticulating and like jerking forward.
Your intelligence means absolutely nothing.
All I'm saying is prefrontal. But what's funny is, if I was a guy just saying, "Oh, you used it wrong," to a black woman who tried to attack me for my talking point. If I was a man and he was a black woman, if I was a black man and he was a black woman, all of these people will be shaking their head saying, why is he so emotional? The brother just get it. Like if it was flipped and a black man made a comment about black women and a black woman came in talking to her saying, why don't you use your brain? Oh, you're babbling, and started doing all this right here. They say, the brother has a right to his opinion, and especially all these women would be up here, shaking their head. But you see how it works? He can get emotional, be ignorant, attack me personally, and I'm just sitting there laughing, saying it's prefrontal. And they're like, why did you keep saying it's prefrontal? Because I don't have to attack him personally. I just show that he's unintelligent, and he's obviously illiterate because he doesn't even know how to go look up a word that he continues to use.
Before did you know life? You live a mundane, regular, banal existence. And
banal? Did he say it again?
You want to talk to me about your intelligence. That has nothing to do with this conversation.
Intelligence has nothing to do with the conversation. Y'all, I can't make this up. It's way too easy. It's so damn easy. What? I think you should have more conversations with the American Indian community. Okay. He is on the roll, right? Like this dude, right? Indigenous, peace, Indigenous. Look, Asiatic, this guy, Benile. When something is so much bullshit, it's benile, meaning it's not even worthy. Oh, really? Where is that at? Oh, urban. I got you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's like he's getting to urban. I got you. So he's showing me how intelligent he is by getting, hey, nothing wrong with some urban words. He probably got that from grandma, huh, y'all? Like your grandma. If you don't get your banal behind out my face talking all that mess, I got you, Asiatic. Well, that is nothing but, girl. And then he started trying to tell me he gonna give me my money tomorrow. All that banal shit. He talking all that banal stuff in my face. Okay, I got you. Banal is actually in the Urban Dictionary, and I'm all for it. Y'all know I am. All right. God, thank you. Not worthy of having a term. His whole conversation was banal, girl. I was ready to go. I went and got my purse. I done said bye to everybody. His banal ass. Thank you, Asiatic. Oh, I thought we were using our frontal cortex, but I guess. Yeah, okay, banal. I got you. Okay, let me see. Oh man, he sort of got you on that, but now if you think so, okay. I said I don't know what it means. If he got me, I don't know how. I actually didn't know what it meant, and I didn't. You see what I'm saying, Asiatic? I didn't pretend like him. If you don't get your banal, asinine, he's reminding me of how my grandmother talks, which asinine is a real word, but banal, wow. Mercy is the troublemaker in a vindictive world. Okay. How about this? That sounds like a great quote. How about don't attack women when you invite them over to something called Ladies First to hear a woman's opinion. And when she simply says, look, guys, you can't just blame the single mother on her own. It's 50-50. And when she says men leave too, it's not just the woman. You come in and tell her to use her brain and she's been babbling. And then when she says, you used that word wrong, sir. She didn't attack. I didn't attack him. I said, you used the word wrong with a smile on my face. And he started going into, if you don't go get that switch off that tree and stop talking all this banal nonsense to me. Yeah. He got what he needed to get. So let's finish listening to him because he's very entertaining to me.
Because you were embarrassed. So you guys and you're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed. He's projecting. You're the one using words like hubris and banal and it's just, I can't, incorrectly saying frontal cortex when you meant to say prefrontal cortex.
As jabs. You don't have to guide your embarrassment. My sister, I love you, my queen. I'm sorry.
I'm not your sister, and I definitely am not your queen. I'm somebody who's checking you. And why are you calling me a queen when you said you're a man and you're in charge? This guy's all over the place, but I'm here for it.
Let's just
Now
move
you're
forward because
projecting.
I don't want to be embarrassed. Let's just move forward.
You notice that I'm just sitting there calmly and I'm just talking, but watch what happens. He's freaking out. He's saying personal insults. Watch how this Rini lady and all the panel come for me. He's the one taking personal shots. You have a banal, mundane existence. Oh, you need to use your frontal cortex and stop babbling. But I'm just like, well, you're using the words incorrectly.
You use the word wrong.
Let's
You're
just move
projecting.
forward. Ma'am, even a broken clock is right twice a day. That means anything.
You said frontal, and you're trying.
That means nothing. You hung up on.
He's yelling. I'm like, you said frontal cortex. You meant to say prefrontal cortex. Like, you should have said, oh, is it prefrontal cortex? Okay, I didn't know that. But my point is, just like when he said banal, and I tried to find it, I thought he was actually trying to use a mainstream intelligent word, but he was going into his grandma mode, saying asinine and banal, and I'm okay with that. But like, notice that he's the one getting all emotional, acting up, getting personal. But let's see who gets lambasted and attacked.
That's your thing.
Prefrontal.
That's your punchline.
I think that
That's your punchline.
I just am saying it's prefrontal. I'm going to continue to say it because that was my only point. He's getting angry, but I'm like, it's prefrontal. I don't know why you're mad.
Can the man get the drink? God damn it, y'all fighting already. Jesus Christ. I love you, friends. Let us fight.
I think it's generational. I think it comes from generation.
Fetty's trying to go corporate. Let's not fight today. Okay?
I'm just letting him know he doesn't know who he's
He's
talking.
totally
You have to
fine. Y'all
know
can
the
fight.
word.
You know,
Y'all
if
can
you
fight.
have
Know
to,
the word when
ma'am,
you use it.
ma'am,
Again, I haven't attacked him personally. I said, you don't know who you're talking to. He came for me. I said, you don't know who you're talking to. You have to know the word. If you're going to come for me and try to attack me and insult me and try to make me look stupid, you need to know the word. I mean, let's see what happened though.
ma'am,
You have to know the
ma'am,
word when you use
I
it.
tried.
ma'am,
Really? And I
ma'am,
tried.
ma'am,
Try to use
intelligent
words
people,
that you know
ma'am,
the meaning to.
ma'am.
So that's the thing. Now it's supposed to be a duel. He puts us both, not juxtaposed, but it's side to side. Well, that is juxtaposed, kind of like across from each other, basically. You get what I'm saying? Side to side. And people are going to be like, are you sure that's what juxtapose means? He puts us next to each other. How's that? And look at the face on this lady, Rini. Oh my God. It's like somebody stole her chihuahua. Like, why is she so upset? Let's see. So we're supposed to go back and forth, right? Let's see what happens. Now, normally, I've seen people screaming at the top of their lungs, getting personal, going all out. It's like a free-for-all. But let's see what happens when I'm side by side, and I just keep saying it's prefrontal cortex. That's my only gripe with him. He didn't know what he's talking about. I didn't even go into how he used the word hubris incorrectly. He said, well, he didn't use it incorrectly. He mispronounced it. He said hubris.
When you use the word,
You have 5
Ma'am?
minutes,
use
friends.
the word, you're supposed to
Ma'am.
know what it means. It's
Ma'am.
prefrontal.
Ma'am.
Let me ask you,
Ma'am.
what region of the brain,
Ma'am.
what does that region control?
Ma'am.
Since you
Ma'am.
said frontal.
Ma'am,
We weren't talking about wigs.
Ma'am.
It's not a frontal, it's a
Ma'am.
prefrontal cortex.
ma'am,
Sir, do you know
Ma'am.
what that means? What
Ma'am.
region, what does that region control? that
Ma'am.
region of the brain.
You notice how I'm asking him factual questions? I'm being a little funny. I get it. Frontal lobe, frontal wig. Because why is he just saying ma'am? Ma'am, I'll tell you why, because he doesn't know. He doesn't know the answers to this.
Watch him not know.
Ma'am,
Yes,
intelligent people don't
exactly.
intelligent people don't go around telling people they're intelligent.
Intelligent. This is something that's weird that they always say. Of course they do. Intelligent people do say I'm intelligent because they can tell when you're not intelligent. And when you're trying to insult them and insult their intelligence, they literally say, "You're not going to insult my intelligence. I'm intelligent." See the weirdness? They're just, it's like taking candy from a tied up uh, candy store owner. You just, you didn't know what it was. He didn't say, well, I used it, prefrontal cortex. It's actually it's a part of it's a region of the frontal lobe that we utilize for logic and reasoning, social interaction, emotional regulation. But if you would have let me explain that, no, he just, ma'am, because he's a fraud.
You just derailed the conversation for what, ma'am? To prove you're intelligent? Beautiful people don't have to prove.
There you go. You heard me? He came in, he thought he was going to regulate, and he got regulated. Remember at the beginning, he's like, we need to use our frontal cortex, and you babbled. Oh, now I derailed the, no, you got checked. You got checked because you didn't know what the hell you were talking about. And don't ever, I don't care who you, I don't even know you, because Sonetter's the biggest and baddest on the internet. Everybody knows it, but there are bigger platforms with numbers, but Sonetter is the biggest and baddest, hands down, especially if you're Black and trying to talk about my sister, my queen. No, sir, take several seats, okay? You're dealing with someone from the HOK and from the conscious community when it comes to debates and information. You didn't know what you're talking about. You met the right one. You thought I was just a regular old lady who just doesn't read books and sits down and goes back and forth with you, or doesn't study or do research. And you got your ass handed back to you because you were sitting there trying to insult me, and you used the wrong information. You used the wrong words. You used the wrong terms. And now I'm derailing? No, you just got your ass beat. Asiatic, stop. You're hilarious. Okay, let's keep listening.
Prove they're beautiful.
You're going to come in.
Intelligent people don't have to prove that they're intelligent.
Hey,
you don't have to prove that, ma'am. Abort.
People use the right words.
Ma'am, abort your necessity to prove.
Yeah, intelligent people use the right words. Check.
That you're smart.
Words when they're trying to correct people.
Ma'am, abort your necessity to prove that you're smart. And let's get on topic. Ma'am,
words that you don't
abort.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Now he's all abort. He's embarrassing, and he's still laying back on his back.
Your necessity to prove that you're smart.
That you don't know.
Ma'am.
Yeah, you use words you don't know.
About that.
Ma'am, let's talk about the subject.
Words that you don't know. Why
ma'am,
you come in and say brain?
Ma'am, can we get back on subject? Ma'am, can we get back on subject?
Sure. Don't use words that you don't know.
Okay, ma'am. Beautiful people don't go around telling people they're beautiful. Intelligent people don't go around saying they're intelligent. So when you announce that you're intelligent,
yeah, you came in, tried to correct me, weirdo. Now that I checked you, and I'm not one of these ditsies, now you're trying to act like, move the goalposts and be like, intelligent people don't say they're intelligent. You tried to make it like I'm not intelligent. You said, from this moment forward, let's use our brains, basically. And you just babbled. That's exactly what you said. So when I checked you, because I'm not some airheaded ditz that you thought I was, now intelligent people don't have to go around saying they're intelligent. Yes, they do. Because when you try to insult my intelligence, I'm going to remind you that I'm intelligent and you're not. And I'm more intelligent than you are.
It only makes people think the opposite.
I think you confused a wig like a frontal. It's prefrontal.
Psych.
Who's cutting that shit? Who's cutting?
So let me fast forward this because I can't play this really. Hold it.
Ooh, wee.
I thought the back and forth had a little bit of substance, but I think you just got.
Well, you see how I just stopped and all I did was defend myself. He was wrong. I checked him. Now let's hear what happens with people coming at me.
Like fighting
And
each other.
by the
So-
way, I will
No,
be
no,
on Swanetter Studios later talking about the fatty with the abortion and adoption thing. Y'all tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'm glad to be here. But you got this crowd needs to come. We're intelligent in my forum. We don't throw words out unless we want to get our heads busted to the white meat, because that's what we do over there. If you come in trying to correct somebody, you better come correct with the right words. That's what we do in our forum.
Okay, let me drop a bomb for the HOK and for the entire community. Don't come in here fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come in here. Where we're from, you don't get to come in and just try to use words and shit and try to correct people and insult people and you don't know the right word. Ask the professor ask my brother Cedric. Don't come in here, and Cedric is actually reads, and Cedric is actually a scientist. You don't come in here laying on your back in a Haynes his way t-shirt straight out the package, and your $5 mirror behind you talking about what kind of life do you have. You don't know what you're talking about, sir. Hubris. Stop. And now they're mad because I busted this Negro's whole pineapple-headed piñata open, and they're going to try to act like I did something wrong. This is supposed to be ladies first. Look, you like it, I love it. I'm not, y'all know, I don't care. This is nothing compared to the stuff I've been through, but I will check him. And he got checked because they're not ready. They're not ready for people from the intellectual, toughest debate environment where panels get really heated and people get their feelings hurt if they come the wrong way, if you come to me sideways. And this chick down at the bottom, yes, I use the word chick because she's disrespectful coming in trying to help his ass. You're going to catch a whole fade with him. Okay? Stand back when I'm swinging at this piñata before you get whacked with it. Talking about, I'm a therapist and there is something frontal. Girl, if you don't go sit down, I didn't say that. We already know that. He's using the word wrong. It's the wrong term. It's prefrontal cortex, not frontal cortex. And he didn't even know what prefrontal cortex actually regulates.
Google frontal cortex.
No. This is.
Look at Google frontal cortex. So you can look stupider. Even more stupid, excuse me. If you can look even more stupid. We already know the frontal lobe has different regions within that region, within the lobe. The prefrontal cortex controls emotion, logic, social interactions, reasoning.
Somebody in the chat, Google frontal cortex for this lady.
This guy's an idiot now. At this point, somebody in the chat, Google frontal cortex. Why don't you get it? You used it.
I literally diffuse the situation. So just so you can literally rebuild it back again and y'all fighting. Y'all have to respect the show too. And you'll have to move along. If you want to fight about topics. If you actually want to fight, okay,
sure.
You have to make sure
that
you bring your gloves on.
Logic and reasoning.
No, it's not no need for
okay, Patty. I'm just trying to give some.
I know there's no need for you to. If I say it's done, it's good.
All right,
but I think
so. He said it's done, and here comes this woman. I think what? What do you think, ma'am? You don't think anything. You should just be quiet, like the rest of the people who are confused that a woman actually is smarter than one of these bullies.
Hold on, but I think we do have to acknowledge that frontal cortex is a thing.
Prefrontal cortex.
It is. I know. I'm a therapist. I know what both.
Girl, if you don't shut your mouth, the therapist what? What are you, a yoni steam pot therapist? What are you doing, steaming yonis? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Who cares if you're a therapist? What kind of therapist? Psychotherapist? What does that have to do with you not even knowing? Because you're embarrassing yourself. You don't even know that he's using it incorrectly. Why? Why, ma'am? Why? How are you coming in and just wanting to just catch a whole fade with this man? Why? You're making yourself look ignorant, just like him, Rini. Oh my God. Nobody said there's a frontal lobe. If you want to say frontal cortex, you're wrong though. You're using it incorrectly. It's a frontal lobe. Within the frontal lobe, there's a prefrontal cortex, and there are other regions of that part of that lobe. But here she comes.
To them are.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
we're
Thank
working
you.
upon Gina.
They
Thank
lose
you.
me somewhere.
Thank you.
Literally rebuild it back again, and y'all.
This is embarrassing how this man with that tiny head is saying thank you to her. She's just as ignorant and uninformed and embarrassing as he is. And now you actually saying you're a therapist? In what, ma'am? In what? Because you didn't even understand that he's completely wrong. And I'm going to show you, for those who just came in, I'm going to show you the diagram.
I'll fight you. Y'all have to respect the show too, and y'all have
Okay,
to
I
move
respect
along.
your stuff.
If you want to fight about topics. If you actually want to fight, okay, you
Sure.
have to make sure
Yes,
that
when you're
you bring your
talking about
gloves on.
logic and reasoning.
No,
you're
it's
talking
now
about
Pa. No need for
Okay,
explanation.
Patty, I'm just
No.
trying to give some
I
information.
know there's no need for you to. If I say it's done, it's good.
All right, it's
But
done.
I think, hold on, but I think we do
As a
have to
problem-
acknowledge, that frontal cortex is a thing.
No, dummy, it's not a thing. Since you want to try to come in and get your whole face karate kicked, not literally, it's not a thing. And then she thinks she'll jump and say, I'm a therapist. That makes you look even dumber. You're a therapist and you don't know that he's wrong when he said frontal cortex and he meant to say prefrontal cortex because he was talking about emotional regulation, logic, reasoning, social interaction. She's really trying to come for me. And I mean, I typically don't want to, you see, I'm trying to take it easy on her, but what is her issue? No, wrong, lady. You're just as stupid as him in my book now. You can get it too. You can get a whole roundhouse to your unintelligent statement.
Frontal cortex.
It is, I know, I'm a therapist. I know what both of them are.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
we're
Thank
working
you.
upon Gina.
They
Thank
lose
you.
me somewhere.
Thank you.
Love.
Hello.
Who takes a drink of more stupidity? No, honey. You don't know what both of them, what do you mean you know what both of them are? The frontal cortex, oh, see, I'm talking like him. The prefrontal cortex is a part of the frontal lobe. What do you mean you know what both of them are? If you were really informed on it, you'd say, well, technically, guys, the frontal lobe is what he's referring to. And I think he meant the frontal lobe, and he was just saying because the prefrontal cortex is a part of the frontal lobe, and the prefrontal cortex is something that regulates emotion, logic, how we socially interact. So I think that's what I mean, as a therapist, I'm not an expert. No, she says some dumb shit, and to get brownie points and a pat on the head from a guy with a head that's too small for his body. And then, yeah, I'm coming for him because he started talking shit about me. Remember, I have a miserable, mundane life, banal life. So it's gloves off. So she takes a drink, and now I have to explain it.
Thank
You
you.
just don't want
Thank
Alice.
you. Thank
I'm
you.
about to jump off a small curve over here.
Cerebellum is a thing too. He was talking about.
See how I said the cerebellum is a thing too. Like she's this lady. Look at the Serene chick at the bottom. Yeah, listen and learn.
Logic and reasoning. The prefrontal cortex is what he wanted to say, Rini.
You don't know what the hell I wanted to say.
Watch. You see how emotional he is? I thought women were emotional. You don't know what the hell I wanted to say. Yeah, I do, because I should drag it back. You said emotional regulation. We will go by emotions. From this point forward, we need to use our frontal cortex, and you babbled. So yeah, I do know what you meant to say. You said the wrong thing. You said the wrong term. And now look at her.
You imagining I wanted to say that.
I know you did.
But I think the
I
point
said
is,
what I wanted to say.
But I think the point is,
not the frontal. He wasn't trying to say for him. He didn't know.
Well, the frontal is just the front region of the brain.
Yes, ma'am. Finally, you redeemed yourself as a woman. Praise God. You're not completely stupid. How come you didn't come out and say that at first instead of trying to come at me and try to make him feel like he's right? It's the frontal lobe, and it is the region that the prefrontal cortex is a part of the frontal lobe. And that is the part that regulates emotion and logic. And you know what I mean? It's like, why didn't you say that? Because you just want to help this ignorant, tiny headed, t-shirt wearing, I lay down during live streams, loudmouth, emotional man.
But
Thank you.
exactly, he's talking about logic and reasoning.
Which would be the
So if you
prefrontal
Google-
cortex.
if you like-
Did you hear her? Oh, you redeemed yourself, Rainey. So you're not as silly, you're not as stupid as I thought you were. Good job. Let's hear it for the girls. Yes, the ladies are smart. You heard her? She admitted. She said the prefrontal cortex. Why are you trying to defend him then? What she could have easily come in and said the same thing for what I was saying because she's actually agreeing to it. Let's listen to her again.
The
I
point
said
is,
what I wanted to say.
but I think the
said what I
point
wanted
is,
to say.
It's not the frontal. He wasn't trying to say for he didn't know what
well, the frontal is just the front region of the brain.
Yes, the frontal is the front region of the brain. You're doing great. Let's see if she can say some more smart things. I now have faith in her. Let's listen to her.
But
Thank you.
exactly, he's talking about logic and reasoning.
Which would be the
So if you
prefrontal
Google-
cortex.
if you like-
Uh-oh. Hold on. I gotta drop a bomb for Rainey. Rainey, you're not a bird after all. I'm sorry. I only said bird because one time a man called me a bird and it was very offensive. But here you go, Rainey. But Rainey still has to play the position of being against me because she won't be invited back to panels probably. And if she does, all the chat's going to talk about her and tell her that she's a nigger woman that doesn't have any boyfriends or husbands and she's doomed to die alone with cats. Let's keep listening. Good job, Rainey. Let's keep listening.
The frontal cortex. Okay.
If you like to
ISO,
Google
ISO,
he
ISO,
came
ISO.
in here talking about
ISO.
we need to use
Hey,
our
hey,
frontal
hey, hey,
cortex.
hey. No, stop. Everybody, please. He's
So
not.
he didn't know what he was talking
He's
about.
not reasonable. Like y'all are that petty to talk about the pre wasn't there. It was an order, not the pre-order. Let's talk about pre-orders instead of orders.
Big deal.
Come on, this is not relevant.
See, it is relevant. See how he said it is relevant. Let me tell you why. Because the frontal lobe does not just, it encompasses motor, like movement, muscle movement, not only cognitive regulation. So if he's going to come in and try to check me and insult me and say I need to use my brain, pretty much that part of my brain, and stop babbling, if he's going to come in and use it incorrectly, I'm going to say, I think you meant the prefrontal cortex, not just frontal cortex. And again, it's the frontal lobe. I mean, I guess some people, I've never heard anyone say frontal cortex. I'm not saying they haven't, but I'll give him that. But prefrontal cortex is what he meant within the frontal lobe. But it does make a difference.
Really
It is
respectfully.
a huge deal.
Lady, stop talking. God damn it. Why are you under talking me?
I'm sorry.
No, don't be facetious about it in the podcast.
No, I'm really sorry.
Because I wouldn't do that to your show. I wouldn't go to your show and you're
quiet.
talking and I'm under
Let
talking
me
you.
get it out for you. I heard his
Yes,
feelings.
no, I love this SE behavior in the pot, and believe me, I'm actually holding back. If you are one of these feisty, like to fight and shit, I will bring it to you.
See that? Listen, I'm feisty. I want everybody to listen to that. I'm feisty. I like to bring it. First off, yes, I will check. I do. I debate. But isn't that funny? Because after I made my statement, the guy in the t-shirt with the small head comes in and he started just bashing me. You got to use your brain going forward. You're babbling. But I'm feisty. I'm feisty because I said you used the word incorrectly. I'm going to go back and play that again after I let this play. I know, right? I had to, though. I'm hilarious, y'all. I don't even know what I did. I don't even know I did, but I'm glad I'm hilarious because, I like to make people laugh, but y'all also know, like, don't come for me. I'm going to finish this off and let you see the end. Pause. And then we're going to go back and let you see he's saying that I'm feisty and I like to. He came for me.
Absolutely. Absolute.
Like
I love it.
point.
Napa, I love it. Okay, so just
I
relax
love
for
you
a
too.
second. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to the 575 people watching. Please like the video. Go follow everybody in this conversation, including Napa. Good, happy times, I guess.
You're gonna review
Rini
your
had something to say
thing.
before I went back, and Little Black Book, please interrupt it. We're going
I'm
to
not
read the
gonna-
super chat, and then we're going to go to the main event, okay? So please go ahead, Rini and Little Black Book, super chat, and then we go to the main event.
I'm not gonna lie, May. I definitely forgot what.
Here she comes with her. I gotta find any time, whenever there's a moment for me to get some points and gather some coins over here. This is what she's thinking. Let me do it. So here she comes with her side comments and shit when he said it's over.
What I was gonna say, because that
Damn.
was long and drawn out. But
It was long and drawn out because the small-headed man in the t-shirt couldn't control himself. Was I supposed to be, I don't know. Was I supposed to just let him have that when he came in to try to insult me? No. Access denied, ma'am. That is your job, not mine.
I think if we can touch, I think these conversations sometimes are hard to have because of things like just what happened, right? So like in order to have these conversations and understand how to fix situations like this video we just watched, we got to start having these conversations without attacking each other. I don't.
Hey, yeah. Are you talking to your small-headed friend, ma'am, that you jumped in to help? Because I'm going to drag this back. Nobody attacked this Negro. Okay? Now, I'm tired of hearing all your banal, you talking this banal stuff right now. You talking banal. This is the ultimate gaslight. He comes in and insults me because I made a comment that it's not only single mothers who are culpable for babies. The comment was made that single mothers are the only one responsible and that men have no culpability. I said that's not true. Why are we seeing all these women around with with babies? The black man is leaving. He comes in behind and starts insulting me. But here she is. I don't know if she's who she is, if she's his advocate or what. But what do you mean?
I don't care who's an intellect in here. I don't care who knows.
You don't care who's an intellect in here. Do you hear this? I need to look at the chat. You don't care who's an intellect in here. Well, I'll be danged. So you're sitting in a panel trying to have an intellectual conversation, and intellect is not a priority. What? You don't care who's an intellect in here. What? That doesn't make any sense. I don't care who's an intellect in here. I'm in here trying to get some points, and I gotta get some coins from Manosphere today. So I'm working hard on it. What are you, ma'am? What are you saying? What do you mean you don't care who's an intellect in here? So is that why you're jumping to his rescue? Because he damn sure isn't an intellect. Let's keep listening to her embarrass herself. She's just sandbagging herself right now. And you got a couple points, Rini, and now you're just dragging yourself right back down. God damn.
But
I got attacked.
I think the reality, you're taking it as an attack. What I am saying,
I'm taking it as an attack.
and however,
I'm taking it as an attack. We need to start using our prefrontal cortex. He didn't even say that. We need to start using our frontal cortex, and you babbled. I'm taking it as an attack. Access denied. Rini.
He attacked me. So
no, listen, I'm not even, I'm just saying
what
in
I said
general,
about
right?
women and men.
Hold on, in general. So here's my thing. I'm very unbiased. I don't defend.
You're a liar. You're not unbiased because you jumped in and you made yourself look stupid. And then you corrected yourself and agreed with me that it's prefrontal cortex. You jumped in and tried to defend this fool with the tiny head and the t-shirt on who's exasperated and just he's over emotional. Look at him. Look at this man. He can't help himself. So you're not unbiased. But I don't give a damn. People say, well, why are you going over it? Because it's content and I'm here for it. Because they're damn sure going to clip this up. So I want to show that they're not ready for us. They're not ready for an intelligent, tough environment or debater or conversationalist from an environment that holds you to what you say, what comes out of your mouth, and whatever you're trying to push, whatever your rhetoric is, it's going to get critiqued, it's going to get analyzed and critiqued, and you better hope that you're not trying to attack somebody with it and you're not on point, because you're going to get, as you see, he's holding his head, you're going to get your whole tiny tangerine clementine sized head busted with a piñata stick if you try to come for me disrespectfully for no reason, just because I shared my opinion. If a black woman attacked a black man for sharing his opinion about black women, she would be sitting there and say, sis, he has a right to have his opinion. That doesn't give you the right to come in and start telling him he's babbling and talk.
Okay, I don't defend women if they're wrong, and I don't defend men if they're wrong.
You're a liar. You just came and defended this guy. You just came and defended this guy with the shrunken head. You just came and defended him, and you made yourself look silly.
If he comes in behind me and tries to correct me, I'm gonna bust his head open.
I think again, when we're getting stuck on little things, like
look at this guy up down here. These Negroes have never met a woman who actually uses her brain. They haven't. And then this one sitting over here, girl, if you don't stop talking to me and get back to the topic, he said. Get back to the topic. Drink your THC or whatever the hell energy drink and get back to the topic.
Like whether it's frontal cortex, prefrontal cortex, things like that. Well,
she's false. We uncovered another fraud. Hold on. I got to play it. We uncovered another fraud. She said she was a therapist. It does make a difference. It does.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You said you're a therapist. What do you mean? Whether it's prefrontal cortex or frontal cortex? First off, it's not frontal cortex. It's a frontal lobe. It's the frontal region of the brain. Within that region, there is another region, a smaller, a more precise part, which is the prefrontal cortex. Or, I mean, I'm just doing that to my head, but you get what I'm saying? It's like, what are you talking about? You don't care. You're not qualified, ma'am. Next.
When we start getting stuck on little things like that, we get away from
little things. It was a huge thing because Tiny Dome came and tried to check me for having an opinion on ladies first, Rini. And when Tiny Dome got his head smushed, shout out to Zion, the head smusher, then he started going off and talking about me personally. What are you talking about? It does matter. I thought women do this stuff. If a black woman was doing that to a black man, it would be, oh, she's ratchet. Oh, she's a shame. I don't care, though. I'm here for it. I love this. I love to expose the emotional men and I don't know, these women have had their uterus taken from them or their souls have been taken. Set my sister's souls free. Where's the glass that I have to break to get Rini's soul? And all the women, all of them. Show me the glass that I have to break to free their souls so they can be awakened, please.
Solving the problem. Nobody like that was like real minute.
But he came in, it wasn't about that. He came in behind me when I told the truth about men and start trying to.
Girl, you still
but I think, hold on. But here's my thing, though, right?
No, he's not.
Go ahead. Hey, 1 second. Rini and interrupted. She didn't interrupt nobody.
Okay, fine, but he's not gonna. I think, but I think picture like he was so noble and I was just some ratchet.
No. Hold on. See again. This is where.
Let her finish.
Let me just.
You gotta let people land their plane.
Ty is fine. Don't worry, Ty. I'm here.
First off, yes, I'm making it clear. I'm not sitting here. You all, they have me completely fucked up. If I'm not going to sit here, you know, my own husband, I'm not going to sit there when my husband's just, you're not going to just sit here and act like this dude is some innocent. And I thought he was a man. It's like a mommy talking for her son right now. It's embarrassing. You get what I'm saying? Look at. Hi, I'm here at the principal's office. So what happened to my son in the playground today? Yeah, I'm his mom. So yeah, so hold on, baby. Let mommy talk. All right, go get. I brought you a fruit snack. It's the Capri Sun. So what happened? No. Why are you talking for him, ma'am? Why have you taken up this whole torch for him? Can we move forward? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I talking to her?
Go ahead, Rini.
Actually, why is she talking about it? You're not going to sit here and paint a picture like this dude was some, oh, I'm just a man coming through. He came in insulting and he got his head busted wide open. It's figurative because he didn't know the term. He used it incorrectly and he didn't even know how to say the word hubris correctly. But you just sat there like you were in stasis lock. You were all looking like freaking mannequins until you were activated.
Okay,
We're not
so
going to paint that picture.
I think this is the thing. Again, when I brought this up, this has nothing to do with you in particular. There's a whole panel of people right now, right?
Right.
And at some point, this may happen again. My point is, in order to have these conversations, we have to stop attacking the parts of the argument that aren't even a part of the argument, like a word.
Look at this one with her thumb right here. What the fuck? Are you all serious? All these women, throw them all away. Bye. Scrap them. Throw them to the junkyard of the manosphere. In fact, to the used car sales, used woman sales lot for the manosphere. All of them. I mean, except for Melanin. I don't know what she's thinking. She could be going either way. But the rest of them, and that other lady down there, she didn't say anything either. But this one with the thumb, the sister, Ty Keys, even, well, not Ty Keys even. She just wanted things to stop. But then let's just take her. This one, okay. This one and the one with the thumb. What is your issue with me? This Negro came in insulting me. And to be honest, that's why I'm going to talk to y'all about the Black woman now. And I'm a Black woman. Don't stand up for Black women who don't want to be stood up for. You know how they say, don't save her, she don't want to be saved? That's what I'm experiencing on this panel today. I was married when I had my children, and I was married for 11 years, and I'm remarried. Whether you like my marriage or not, whatever, I'm married. So when I'm talking about single moms, I'm not speaking for myself, really. But I am speaking for myself because there's a lot of good sisters, women, all women, Black, white. There's a lot of good women out here who are single moms. I'm not going to let these men go around dragging single moms, acting like it's their fault. I'm speaking for these women. And they sit there, what do? How do they repay me? Trying to get points. No, you're not pick-me's. You're sick-me's. Sick. And now, yeah, I'm talking to you. I hope you see this video. Come debate me. Okay? Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. I know. Look, I know your stories, all of you, because you're Black women, just like me. None of you can pretend with me. You can pretend with these men. She gonna put a thumbs up. You let this little-headed man come in and try to disrespect me because I told the truth that women aren't the only ones responsible for single parenting, for single mothers. Don't try to save them. Future and them are right. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Or things like that. We got to stick to what is in order to get to a solution. The whole feeling like you were attacked, again, you gave your perspective on what you felt when it comes to women. He gave his perspective and you felt attacked because it wasn't going along with your narrative.
No, you're lying. You're lying. Okay. You're a damned liar. And I'm too above these women to even be in a forum with them. Unfortunately, I'm not saying anything about Fatty because he had nothing to do with this really. I mean, it's his panel and it is ladies first. And he asked me, invited me, but it is what it is. I've had that happen to me before on other platforms. But as far as this one right here, this Negro came in and tried to disrespect me and insult me and humiliate me. And I checked his ass. Okay? Now, you're mad that I'm intelligent. That's what really bothers you. That I'm smarter than you too. For the record, Rainey. And people can say people are smart. Don't say that. Like hell, we don't. I know when I'm around a person who's not as intelligent as me. And when you attack me and don't even focus on a man who came in and attacked me after I had defended Black women as single moms, then I'm going to let you know you're ignorant. To me, you're ignorant. And you're still fucking talking about it. But nobody's telling her to move on, right?
The personal attack.
I think again, I didn't view it that way. That wasn't how I took it.
You didn't view it that way. Then let me ask you a question. When he came in, he said, women who don't this and that, who say this and that, and he's talking about me personally. He couldn't just come in and give his point. I don't know. Look,
I personally don't. I don't disagree with the fact that
men don't like to be told the truth over here. And I'll be the best guest.
What do you mean by
hold on. To be,
that is my problem.
Hold on.
Wait. No. One second, sir.
And it's not ratchet.
Nepal, 1 second.
Screaming like an animal, and nobody called her
Nepal,
ratchet.
1 second, please. Nepal, respectfully, who is stopping you from you actually telling what you think? Nobody on the panel is mad with you. What we said is, if we're going to fight about shit, let it be relevant, right? That's what this is semantics, right? If Nepal,
they don't get it. It is relevant when a tiny-headed Negro tries to come in and insult me and humiliate me, because it gets him off to humiliate women who are intelligent and attractive. He feels like he scored something in life. When a tiny-headed man comes in and tries to insult me for no reason, it is relevant for me to check his ass. I'm sorry. Does that make me not feminine? Sorry, I guess not.
I say order and you say Fetty, you are wrong because that game is not out. It's pre-order. I wouldn't fight you about it. It means nothing. You know what it is. Everybody kind of understands what it is. We just need to move along. When we stick on dumb shit and we fight for dumb shit.
Of course they are, Yirmiyahu. At least one of them is. Because I know for sure at least one of them is. So that's my point. Yes. How are you just like letting this Negro come at me, and you're actually a single mom? So you really think that you were the one to be at fault for being alone and raising children by yourself? Whew. What did I say? Y'all ain't worth shit. That's some of the Urban Dictionary, right? Y'all ain't worth shit.
Just for the sake of fighting, that makes no sense. And remember, Shan can actually tell you, because Shan been seeing my progress from the day I got here until today. I love this shit. I love when y'all fight each other for dumb shit and putty. I'm not on that type of time. So once again, let's make big problems small problems, and small problems no problems. Let's do that. For once, this is a small problem. Let's make it a no problem so we can move along. Okay?
Yeah,
totally fine.
I don't know how he's yelling at me, and this one with the therapist. I don't know what kind of, again, I don't know if she does yoni steaming therapy or what. And I'm not trying to be funny. Yeah, I am. Like, what kind of therapist are you? Why is she still talking about it? And when I started moving on and saying, coming against what she's saying, now let's move on. Yes, tell her to move on. Let's go move on, because you're not going to win this time. I'm not going to acquiesce to let you walk all over me at the risk of being called ratchet and unfeminine. I'll take that chance, because I will not allow you to gaslight me, try to insult me, and then when I get the best of you, oh, Napa, this isn't relevant. It doesn't matter. Oh, like hell, it doesn't matter.
Is what it is. Let me 1 second.
And don't forget, these are platforms where they get. I'm gonna show you another one, how this one acts on here, and they don't care.
Nepal,
I'm gonna sit over here a little bit longer.
There's no reason to respond. I didn't say nothing wrong. Nepal, there's no reason to respond.
This isn't the environment for me.
You notice how he's screaming at me like that? Oh my God. I don't know what the fuck it is about me that people think they can just, I don't know. I must be the bomb ass, like everywhere. It's not just there. Like, why when I'm just talking, people think they can just scream and shit. And then when I scream, oh, Napa, I want to show you something. Let me show you this particular. Shout out to Fatty. It's not against him, but I wanted to show you the comparison of how things happen. I want to show you. Okay, let me see. Where's the one where the girl, it was recent. Uh-oh. Fatty's cool though. Let me just say this. This is promoting him. He's got a great platform. It's just that, like for me, I don't appreciate people like that. I don't appreciate the guy. I mean, like, don't come in and try to check me. You're not my dad, and you're damn sure not my husband. You're nobody. You're beneath me because you're not qualified. Let me see. I want to see where it is. No, that's not it. Damn, I can't find it. It's a good one. I think it's a post. Yeah, go check his channel out. It's awesome, actually. It's pretty interesting. No, it's not a post. I can't remember what it was. Was it a short? Was it a video? May have been a video. Anyway, I just want to give you an idea that what I'm doing, it had nothing, the way I'm acting, the way I'm acting is nothing compared to what I saw. I think it might be this one where the guys, I think it might be this one. Okay, let me see if it's this one. Again.
And thanks Ali and Fatty for inviting me on the channel.
My daughter was running around playing. And then I told my daughter, I said, come here.
Oh, I think it's the same.
So they,
if the system,
I don't think I'm gonna be.
got it on, like,
I can't find it.
They're more valuable than
This isn't it. Damn.
some-year-old man.
So one, let me ask you.
somebody that is waiting to touch the
This
microphone.
isn't it. Damn.
It's very simple.
Whatever. I can't find it. Damn, I wanted you to see where this lady was going bananas on this guy. It was like she was calling him all kinds of names, talking about under his clothes. And then I'm going to be done. I don't know where it is. Oh, well. Maybe he took it down. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm dragging this guy, but hey. Maybe they'll be too sensitive, huh? Maybe I should take it down. I don't know. Oh, there's Dr. Inky. I didn't know that. He was over here. Okay, that's Inky, isn't it? Oh no, that's not Inky. That's fantastic. My bad. Doesn't that look like Inky, you guys, in the purple hat right there? That's fantastic. I was like, how did Inky come over? I don't know. I can't find it, y'all. Anyway. I don't know. Damn, I wanted you to see it too. Let me look one more thing. I don't know if it was on this. Maybe it was this one. Paul Pierce checks his co-host. Oh, that was a good one. That's actually when I first went on there. I mean, it's a cool, you know what? I think I need to not be on a panel with a bunch of randoms. You know what I mean? Like where it could just be like more a controlled environment. That would be better because I don't know that some of these Negroes make a mistake and they have me messed up. And then when they get their feelings hurt. Oh, this is the one who was trolling me. Let's look at her. No wonder. It makes sense. This woman is trolling me right here. This one, y'all. This one, see this lady, this red lipstick lady right here? She was trolling the hell out of me. Now it makes sense. It all makes sense when I get a look at her. All right. Anyway, I'm done. That's all I had to do today. Okay. Yes, very fun. They say, well, why do you do that, Nepal? Because I want to. It's great. I love doing it. I love coming in and checking, especially a goofy guy. So what do you guys think? Did you like it? You disagree? You agree? Crazy part, they're more than likely single ones. Yeah. So shout out to the HOK, to the debate forums that are not sensitive and that actually know that if you present something and you say something, you better come completely correct. Don't come half-ass with, don't come half-ass to me when you're trying to check me. Don't do that. Dang. So, oh gosh, the lighting was crazy over there. I mean, not over there. When the daylight was like it's looking crazy on my face, but whatever. Anything else, you guys? Anything else you want to ask me in the chat or have me say before I leave, before I get off here? Oh gosh. But I mean, it's after I just dragged one of his panelists. I don't have a problem with Fatty. I actually like his the way he handles his platform. And I think a lot of people like it. You see a lot of people rolling up, like all kinds of different people, because he has a good how do you say it, format on his platform, like Sonetter does. And he is very comfortable with interaction with all different types of people, which is good. But I'm gonna do my commentary on certain people. That guy was messed up. There's multiple cortex in a lobe. There's multiple cortices or cortexes in a lobe. Yes, Minty Hotep. Thank you. Damn, it's funny. Minty Hotep is see our audience, our chat knows more than that guy knows. What are you talking about? You better get back and you better tell that lady to leave me alone, Renee. Judah, you better come get her. Judah thought she was cute. Well, anyway. Peace to the darkest minds of the light. I hope you have a great morning. I might leave this up. I might take it down. But you could get it if you need it. Nobody cares, right? Yeah, so that's about it. I have nothing else to say. Will you be going back? Not on, I don't, this is the thing. I love his platform and he's a great person as like, yeah, I'm going to build with him, but not anytime soon with all these different, like for me, I need to just do like, I think he and I and Yara so the short answer is yes, but not like with all these different personalities. They have me a little confused. And I'm not saying like I'm all high up and better than anybody as far as channels go. But when it comes to intellect and intelligence, yeah, I am going to say I'm smarter. I had to, because at first I wasn't saying it, but then I was like, I was sitting there thinking it like, oh my God, I'm smarter than a lot of these people. I don't know. I guess maybe that's how a lot of people feel when they're. Maybe I'm sure that's how some people feel when they're sitting with me on the debate platforms. I'm sure there are people that think they're smarter than me. There was a brother on the time before when I was on. His name was Ask a Brother. I could tell he's intelligent. I don't even have to go Google him or look at his channel. I could tell he was an intelligent person. Was he saying insults about me? Did he kind of insult me in a way? Yeah, but it wasn't a direct assault. You know, it was more, and I'm not going to lie, I could tell he was intelligent. So I was just like, okay, well, this guy might be, somebody that I want to just leave alone. You get it? Don't mess with people. Thank you. Don't come for people that might make you look stupid. So see, I don't think I'm smarter than everybody, but that brother, he was on there and I was like, okay. So he tried to say like, call me, he tried to sideways say I'm ratchet, which is funny to me. They love calling women ratchet when they don't sit there and just look like this. You know, like, no, I blinked. Uh-oh, I'm not feminine because I blinked. Hold on. Blinking isn't feminine. And every now and then, when some male chauvinist is pushing, who's got a big channel or something, and he's saying something that, I'm just kidding. I mean, I agree with a lot of stuff. Like, I agreed with some stuff that Fatty said on a couple times. I agree definitely with what some stuff Tommy Sotomayor, even though Tommy Sotomayor is not a male chauvinist. He's not. He's really not a male chauvinist. He tells a lot of truth. In fact, if I listened to Tommy Sotomayor, I would have never jumped out the window to defend single moms. You jump out the window to save them, and what do? They try to help people kill you. That's what they did. So, yeah, I'll probably go back, but I don't see myself going back on any ladies first panels because I got to go back, or we can go back and forth. I want to bring him over more to do debates, but I got to go back when he's like wants to do something like more organized and more focused on just like, okay, uniform, like we are going to do a debate. This is how it goes. Nobody else is going to be on there. You can only talk at this time. She can only talk at that time, or he can. So hidden panels isn't. Have you noticed like, I'm not so, when it comes to panels, to be realistic, like if I don't get to fully say what I want to say, and if I don't get to like completely be able to talk without being cut off or told be quiet, I'm not really good at panels. I said it. See, I can be honest, right? Like if I'm on a panel and I'm talking and I have something to say, and this isn't about Fatty, this is about every panel I've gone to, everywhere I've gone. Like when Boss Trucker, you said you saw me on the Tommy interview. I got to be able to talk and just it was awesome. He's like, say whatever, say as much as you want. I need that. And of course, Sonetter has interviewed me and let me just go when he does my interviews. I talk. So, but on panels, when I see Peace, Michael, I see myself like waiting a long time. And in these panels, you have to try to get the mic. I do sit back and wait for people to finish talking. But it's funny, like when I start talking, they're always like, pass the mic. You talk just as much as I did. It's just when I'm talking, it's like something triggers them where they're like, oh, she's talking so much. Maybe it's my tone. Maybe it's Maybelline. maybe I need to make more jokes, right? I don't know. So I'm being realistic. I think I'm going to try to limit myself on these freestyle, free for all panels. Now, if I start a panel, if I start a show and I'm the host and I'm hosting a panel, that's different because I'm the host. I get to talk. You can't tell me to be quiet. No, really though. I'm not the only one that thinks this way. I'm just more transparent. Everybody thinks like that, especially Sonetter. He's like, Sonetter, I think he's rubbing off on me. Because really think about it. Sonetter's not trying to sit on any panel. He's trying to control a panel. Yeah, that's how I feel. I love going on panels, but I don't like when I'm railroaded or somebody misunderstands me or somebody tries to take a shot at me. And then when I try to get them back, they're like, no, let's move on. No, I don't want to move on. It's like when you get sucker punched, like, oh, I got sucker punched. Ow, that hurt my face. So they like, I got sucker punched. And then they're like, okay, break the fight up. I never got sucker punched, but I seen people like once they get like a guy will get hit, and then like, okay, break that fight up, and the person like, no, I want to get my leg back, and like, okay, break them up. No, 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 no. I want to get a chance to get my leg back. Okay, so anyway, peace. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. It's so early in the morning. I hope no one's offended by this, after you do all that shit talking. Okay, so I completely dragged everybody, called them, said the man has got a small head. Peace. I'm still awake, Yara, Elder Yara. I said the man has a small tangerine-sized clementine head and dragged him for his $5 mirror. And I'm like, I hope no one gets offended by this. I hope no one gets offended. Yeah. Peace and love. So, Shalom. Oh gosh, excuse me. I know, right? Yara, sorry you were up there, and I was like, I know Yara was like, oh Lord. I did a whole recap of the show of what happened earlier with the guy, and I'm gonna leave it up for a minute, but I don't want to offend Fatty. I gotta get you his I think you might have his email. It's on his channel, but I got to get you his email so you can get in touch with him, Yara. In fact, I'm going to drop it right now because you can contact him about doing the debate with him. Again, shout out to him. He is not sensitive. He's definitely not a noodleback. He's definitely not a soft shell. So when I talk about people, noodlebacks and soft shells, I was not referring to him. But, people kind of get sensitive when you talk about their audience. Listen, some of his audience is great, but a lot of them, they needed to get dragged. It's just, come on. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? Huh? No. You got to be responsible. You have to do the dragging. You can't wait for people to drag somebody. Yeah, he was cool. He is cool. He might get mad at me because I was just dragging some of his regulars, but no, it's okay. And I understand that, he has to, that's his team, but he needs to broaden he has another brother that you're going to love. His name is Ali. See, I liked Ali, even though Ali and I had a back and forth. I liked him. Why? Because he's intelligent. I'm sorry. Is there such a thing as prejudice against unintelligent people? Is that wrong? I mean, rude, unintelligent people, not people who are challenged. I'm not talking about that. Is there people who act like they're intelligent? Is there such a thing? Let me see what Indigenous Black man says. Here is his email, Yara. I want you to be able to contact him. And I'm going to get that out to, let's see, teamfatty8@gmail.com. Yeah, Fatty's, he's got a great platform, but I need to just, chill out for them. Chill out on going in on, because I don't want to always be going in there beating people up. I don't want to be that person. I got to just chill. Talking like they have lives, their lives at 35. Talking like they have lives. Oh, talking like they have lived their lives at 35. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like they lived, like they're so. Yeah, Yara, set that up and get me involved. Tell him that I want to debate that lady, which I found her the red lipstick lady, and me talking about the guy in the t-shirt with the little head, it's because he was saying you don't have a life and all that stuff to me. But shout out to this brother, Opus 6, which I don't even know why he called. Is it Opulent? Oh, Opulent 6. Opulent. All right. Hey, you know what? You're supposed to manifest what you want. If he wants to live a life of opulence, I am not mad at him. But what he shouldn't do is try to make people attack people. He doesn't know me. He's like, oh, you live a mundane, banal life, bro. But they think I'm emotional off of it. No, it's content. I wanted to grab it because I know it's gonna get clipped up. It's gonna get clipped up, So I'm really gonna go now. Peace, 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 peace. to everybody, peace and love, all praise to the Most High, because the Most High is the one who takes care of me and my family and my friends, and also takes care of my enemies. And I don't mean takes care like you take care of a baby. I mean, like Muhammad Ali said, takes care of takes care of my enemies. Anyway, peace and love, everybody. Have a great day.